Checking out a 1.5 story, 2-story kind of Cape Cod style house. Customer is saying that they have had some ventilation issues. So obviously we can see we don't have any vented soffit. So intaking air is probably going to be an issue. You get some of that air cycling from the bottom side of the house up in to cool off this upper level so that the heat can rise up out of the house. Obviously we need to try and get some ridge venting installed as well. Right now what we have as we come up over the cap and everything, just some pop vents. Come all the way to the top here first. So we can see we got a pretty flat pitch, but it's about a 412 pitch all day. I think that's what's going to come back on the hover. Once it does, I think we'll be in really good shape. It's hard to say with the coverage on the backside here. It keeps the house probably a little bit cooler than what it really even would. Obviously with even just a little bit less coverage with the trees there. Get the thermal camera out real quick just to see if there's anything too wild. There we go. Alright, so obviously pretty straightforward with that. So what we can see from there is that there's a couple things going on with the FLIR. There's a lot of heat getting trapped up into these pop vents. Also, we don't have a ridge cap, so we don't have a lot of air exhausting out. I would definitely recommend adding the ridge vent. It's probably a cathedral ceiling, so we want to check on what's going on as far as airflow from down below. That gets to the point of how far in depth does the customer really want to go. Do you want to do the full on and do the soffit and make sure we get some ventilation in there so we're intaking air up into the upper level so we can exhaust out of the new ridge vent that we're installing, or we can try and install the ridge vent and see what happens, come back and do soffit later on. It definitely would be a cost savings. There's a little bit of stuff going on over here with the rain cap. We'll just take a real quick peek over at this addition. Obviously just a mod bit, got a couple skylights in there, so we want to talk to the customer about that, what they think about that long term, what their plans are. Over here we can see there's a decent sized gash down below. You can hear a little bit of popping going on with the wood. I'm definitely going to recommend that we're going to talk about replacing a lot of this wood up here. It's soft, I can feel it in a lot of different spots. Part of it could be the shingles underneath kind of raising and popping as we're walking, and the mod bit is just starting to ripple a little bit, you can see. And then obviously there's some masonry work that's going to need to be done up here just to make sure that this is all taken care of long term. So down below I did feel like there was step flashing in place, so I do think that that's a good thing. What I really do think it is more or less is the felt breaking down on the roof, and so because that felt underneath these shingles is broken down, as water starts to infiltrate around the shingle, it's going to be seeping around some areas even where you can't really notice it. But as you can see, I mean, all the granule loss, you can tell that the fiberglass matting is pretty much starting to be the last line of defense. Once that happens, you